I'm sorry, I probably lost everybody in the previous live. Those who are new to joining this live, the one live I did right before this one, I did a full ab workout. So this is like basically part two of me giving Q&As. Okay, so the Q&A portion, please continue. So if you have any questions, how to burn fat, how to lose weight, how to build more muscle mass, anything like that. Okay, so that's what we were talking about earlier. Appreciate y'all. So I'm waiting for more people to come in here. And all right, what's up, you viewer? How are you doing? I apologize for ending the stream earlier. What we were talking about. My mother came in. I had to talk to her about some things. So hello, how y'all doing? Hope y'all are having a good day. Thank you for the like, by the way. The stream I did earlier, literally right before, is where we did a full ab workout. So right now we're doing the Q&A portion. So if y'all have any questions on how to lose weight, how to burn fat, how to build muscle mass, please, don't hesitate and put it in the chat. I got about, I would say, I think I got like 20 subscribers so far. Appreciate y'all. So if y'all subscribed, please drop in the chat that you already subscribed. That way, because I'm going to do 5 handstand push-ups for each new subscriber. Okay. Hope y'all are having a good day. Happy Monday. Those of y'all who are living on the East Coast, be careful because I know there's a lot of tornado warnings. But like I said, sorry for ending the live stream earlier because appreciate that. Did you accident? No, I didn't accidentally end it. I had to end it because my mom was asking for some important questions and needed some help. Okay. So hello, how y'all doing? Sorry, if y'all could please like the channel so we could get more people in here so I can continue asking questions. What is the best diet for belly fat? Okay, good question. All right. How do I do handstand push-ups, bro? I can hold it for 30 seconds. Okay, let's answer both. So first, Michael, best diet for getting rid of belly fat. All right, cool. Let's talk about that. Very good. Cool. I'm gonna like this. Let's see real quick. Cool. All right. Thank you guys for coming back. I appreciate y'all. I said I had to handle something really quick. All right. So best diet to get rid of belly fat. Okay. Some of it may be, I would say, kind of common knowledge, but there's some other things that people may possibly don't talk about, especially if you want to build abs. Okay. Cool. All right. So his question was best diet to get rid of belly fat. Okay. So for one, very, very important is water. Okay. What I mean by that specifically, make sure you'll be able to see it. Okay, cool. So drinking water is when you're having cravings. A lot of people, like I said in the last stream, is when you're having cravings, you drink water because a lot of times you're dehydrated, you're not just hungry. Okay, so that's one way to get anime abs. Okay, the second thing is for cravings. You're gonna substitute your cravings instead of sugary sweets like chips or anything. You're gonna substitute it with fruit and honey. Okay, make sure it's all natural honey. You basically check a local farmer's market if they have the honeycomb in the jar or the container. Okay, then another part I'm going to talk about for best foods for you to be able to melt belly fat are going to be high protein and low calories. For example, we got tuna. Okay, you can get salmon, steak, sardines as a few options. So having high protein, because a lot of times people don't know, protein actually helps you burn fat, including belly fat. So protein makes all the muscles work better. It also is very, very important. This portion, guys. Protein helps increase your metabolism. Okay, so when your metabolism is increased and you work out every single day, you burn more belly fat. So those are basically the 4 things you got to do. You got to drink water when you have cravings. If you still feel hungry, substitute it with high protein meals like tuna, steak, salmon, sardines, chicken. One of my favorites actually. You can even do beef, things like that. So those are what you called high protein meals. Okay, and if you do have sugar cravings, things like that, you just can't control yourself. Like I said, have fruit and honey. Okay, very important. So hopefully that answers your question. The other question I just had is how do you do handstand push-ups? Okay, so I could give you a demonstration and then basically tell you what I do. All right, so the first part is you got to be comfortable doing a handstand close to the wall. Okay, I've never done this kind of talk about, but this is gonna be fun for me and y'all. All right, cool. So how to do a handstand push-up? All right. So basically, so if the wall's like right about here, you have your hand. Okay. So when your hand is right here, have one arm's distance. Okay. I would say about a foot to 2 feet is where you want to place your hand. So about anywhere like about 1 to 2 feet of your foot together, that's where you could be your hand placement is gonna be. So like my feet are like right here. I'm gonna basically place my hands right here, about 2 feet away. All right. So that way you don't hit your head. And then to practice the handstand push-ups, your legs are gonna be basically touching the wall, but your back, another portion won't. Okay, that's for people if you don't have good stability. This is going to be possibly your first time doing this, or is you just want to be a little safer. Okay, so now that you know your hand placement, you have your hand against the wall. Okay, that's basically you don't want to be too close. Actually, I don't even know why I put my hand. Oh, the reason I did my hand against the wall because that's going to be your startup. Like basically, you're going to start about one arm's distance. So the next portion is you practice. All right, here, I'll get a little bit better. Okay, cool. So if my hands are gonna be right here, basically 2 feet away. All right, now I know the area. Basically, practice. You do what's called a step, like a step forward, and put your hands in the area they're supposed to be. Then the next part is you have to make sure your arms are straight. Okay, you cannot bend them because if you bend them while you're moving, you could possibly fall or something like that. So you have your arms straight, okay, and then you do what's called the step motion. You step and just commit, okay. So like this. So once you have your hands up here, right? Okay. I would say, I mean, once you have your hands down there, your feet up, okay. So sometimes people move their feet a little bit more for balance. Okay. Next part to do a handstand push-up, your elbows are going to move this way. So to the right and the left. Okay. That's how your elbows. So like this. All the way down where your hand touches, you just push up. Okay. So that's like 1, 2. As an example. Okay. So your hands are going to be making like this motion. Basically like a push-up, but your head is there. Uh, when you do it, make sure you have a lot of tension. Like you don't want to just like, well, I mean, you'll basically feel yourself when your head goes down and touches the floor. So basically, it's just practice. You're just gonna practice a couple times, just putting your hands to the wall, close to the wall. I mean, then your feet, just a couple times. You can use this for stability, things like that, and then you just go down and up. All right. Hope that answers your question. Cool. All right, let's see. Don't forget to stir the chocolate from time to time, as Mr. Wonka wants you to. I don't know what y'all mean. Okay. Wow, you're barely taller than the light switch. All right, cool, chubby. Thanks. Hilarious. You got to learn how to read, bro. A six-pack on a short guy doesn't count. Hilarious. Where's your six-pack, tall guy? You know, I work out abs every day. If you don't have a six-pack. Hilarious. You know, short guys don't get six-packs automatically. You know, I have to work out 27 times a month. So, yeah. It's just lazy people, man. You know, I ask like, if you're tall, why don't you work out? Okay, cool. Short guys work out. How come tall guys don't? You know, what are y'all so lazy? It's like the taller they get, the lazier they are. It doesn't make sense. You know. Okay, cool. Thoughts on the Bible? Amazing. Okay. Don't forget. Okay, I guess. Holy shit, great build. Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. The purpose of my channel, for everyone who's subscribed, make sure you let me know and write short guy equals sub 11% body fat. LOL. What? Okay, hilarious. No, I'm actually like about like 5-6% body fat. But the purpose of my channel, guys, is to help y'all get an anime physique at home. If you subscribe, you look at my workouts. You could get an anime physique in the privacy of your home without you spending money on your gym membership. That's the whole purpose. So if y'all did subscribe, make sure y'all put in the chat you subscribe because I'm gonna do 5 handstand push-ups for each new subscriber. Okay. So yeah, height is one of the funniest things I laugh at because like height has nothing to do with strength, you know. Tall guys, it doesn't matter your height. How come you can't bench 225? How come you can't do 20 pull-ups? Strength shortness does not mean you're strong. I wish that was the case. You know, the strongest people in the world you've seen, world's strongest man, they're not 5'4". You know, they're not those guys are kind of big and tall. You know, so no matter what your height is, if you can't do 20 pull-ups, you can't even do 10 handstand push-ups, you can't do a one-arm push-up. It's not a height thing. It's you're simply weak. You don't work out. You know, do push-ups at your sub. Awesome. All right, cool, bro. Let's get it. Let's see. Make sure y'all are able to see me. Cool. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tall guys can't do this. Hilarious. Pretty funny. Okay. Awesome. Hello. Hey, how you doing, Caden? Short guys everywhere are flocking here with their little boxes to stand up. Listen. Tall guys avoiding the gym like a bad relationship. What's your thoughts on bone cracking? What bone should you specifically crack? I'm not a chiropractor, so I can't answer any of that question. Does it help you stress? If so a good question. When I push up almost failed. Also, that Alec, that's basically balance. You need so also when you do one on push-ups, for example, you know, it's also a little bit on foot placement. Because foot placement on because you know, regular push-up, your feet are like kind of like together. Okay? To do a one-arm push-up, your feet are a little bit apart. And then you put your hand on the back, you know, and have your elbow in. You know, when your elbow in, so that's a good way for a little bit more balance. Hope that helps. I used to do the same thing. I used to like have my face hit the carpet, things like that. Yo, dude, I just did one on push up. Okay. What are your thoughts on top shelves? Is it an epidemic in the short community? Oh, not really. Dude, keep the short jokes coming. I love them. It's hilarious. I can't even be mad on tall guys who don't lift or even work out. You know? Cool. So yeah, I appreciate y'all so far. Every single person who subscribed, please, like I said, let me know so I can do the push-ups for y'all. I want y'all to put in the chat your favorite animes, guys, because I'm trying to get back into seeing the new ones that came out. So drop in the chat some new ones that y'all have been watching or currently watching. I got told last couple streams like Vinland Saga is very good. I think there's people just started watching JJK again. You say you do abs every day. What do you do? Oh, I have a bunch of workouts. If you subscribe my channel, there's a lot of different ab workouts. The stream I did before this one, the one I had to end suddenly about 10 minutes ago, we did a whole ab workout stream. It was like V-ups, Russian twists, and chinnies, or a lot of times those are called knee to elbows. Other days you do planks. Planks are a good workout variation, or even vacuums. Jump rope actually does good too for abs and abdominal work, or jogging. Jogging does do a little bit of abs, not as much so as calisthenic. But there's tons of ab workouts if you want. Just go on my channel and they're usually in thumbnail. Get anime abs, and it'll give you a bunch of options you could do. Okay. JoJo's new season is coming out soon. I think in 2 days. Oh, really? Oh, awesome! Thank you for telling me, man. I gotta write that down. Not JJK, but JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Cool. I'm not gonna be honest with y'all guys. The last JoJo one I saw was Stardust Crusaders. No. It was the one after that. It was where they talked about, I think, Dio's son, where he's like trying to be a mafia boss. But I think I'm behind possibly 2 seasons. Let me know in the chat if the one after Dio's son, I think his name was Gio, if that one was a good season. I think there was like a girl she played as the main character. I'm not sure. How did you get your scar and abs? Car accident. Okay. Yeah, that's the new season of Netflix, but probably you could pirate it. Thoughts on new popularity on peptides? Great physique. Thank you, dude. Okay, Eric. So this is a very good question. So I was doing a little bit of research. I've never taken peptides or anything like that, but I can warn the public. Apparently, there's big peptide scam. What I mean by that is, from the research I've done, because someone actually messaged me on TikTok to do a peptide collaboration, and I asked a couple of people and did my own research, even asking ChatGPT. So there's a lot of peptide problems. That's what they've been calling it. Peptide problems, is in like a lot of the substance you buy is not working for you. Okay. To be honest, for you to get a better physique and a plateau, I'll give you an amazing advice. It'll be better than any peptide. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to give you heart problems or make you have hormonal ranges like steroids or other substance. This is the number one thing that helped me grow my physique. So, in case you want bigger chest, bigger biceps, triceps, shoulders, everything. This is one thing I did when I had a lot of friends in special forces. They gave me this advice, and it was literally a life changer. Every single part of my body but got bigger. Is this? It's called superset. So you superset your workouts. You put two workouts together and then rest. Okay. So for example, if you did bench and then you superset that with push-ups. So you did a bench press, you do push-ups, or you do incline push-ups with regular push-ups. Putting those workouts together and then resting. Okay. You don't rest in between workouts. You do two workouts, one after another, and then rest. That's going to make you grow massive because of the time under tension. Because that same body part is going to have more time under tension. Okay, so that's going to make you go crazy on gains, nuts. Even if your diet is the same, even if your recovery is the same, even if your workouts still all to stay the same, but you put them together like you do supersets. You do one after another, and then you rest about 90 seconds. That's gonna make your gains go crazy. You can literally start feeling results about a week and a half, 1 week. Usually, you'll feel results. You'll even feel like wow, you're pumping. The next day you recover, you feel your muscles activating more. Okay. Now, one thing I will be advising y'all: don't be scared because when you start supersetting, if you haven't done that before, you are going to get fatigued a lot more. Why? Because it's a different kind of training. Okay, you'll start probably sweating a lot more. You start gassing out a little bit. You may not hit as many reps as your normal workouts. Okay, so if at one point you could do, let's say 50 push-ups, right? If you could do 50 push-ups and you did 50 push-ups and then you start supersetting that with wide push-ups, your second set may not be 50, it may be only 20 because you're way more fatigued, you have more muscle activation. Okay, so supersets, honestly, I think is the most slept on process in the whole fitness community. I've have like 28 years of fitness experience. I was a gymnast when I was 6 years old to 11. Then I did soccer from 11 to 15. I did wrestling in high school. Then I did MMA. Then I was in the Marine Corps for 8 years. So even throughout that whole fitness time, it wasn't until I met my buddy Robert, who like he was helping me train for special forces to try out. He was the one talking me about supersets. And that literally changed the whole game. After my car accident, like I was pretty banged up. I lost all my muscle mass. I had zero, like no muscle at all. Okay. So like no abs, no definition, nothing. And what helped me get a lot of my mass back was supersetting. Okay. And the cool thing is I actually loved about supersetting at home when you do workouts, literally, whatever, you don't need equipment, is your time working out is so much faster. You don't have to be in the gym for an hour and a half, 2 hours. When you superset your workouts, my workouts lasted about 20, 30 minutes. Yeah, they sucked. They weren't as easy, but dude, the gains are nuts, literally. So, literally, that's what I recommend for anybody. Okay. Do sub max, then try to go for sub max right after. No, 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 no. Well, actually, yes. One right after, but two workouts. Like, for example, regular push ups and incline push ups. That's two different workouts. So you do one max set of incline, one max set of regular, and then you rest. Then you rest about 90 seconds. And then you do the same thing. That's why in my workout videos I have for y'all guys, I put as many as possible because everybody's physique, fitness, and ability is different. For one person, 20 push-ups can be very tough and challenging. Another person could be Very easy, like a warm up. Okay, so that's why you challenge yourself in my workout videos I have. You do as many as you can. All right, in the Marines with under 5'4". Yes, yeah, you're. There's not a high required for the Marine Corps, buddy. You know, especially I was very good at shooting. I will kill you 5 football fields away. Doesn't matter how tall I am. I was strong enough to carry a weapon. So do okay. All right. So that makes sense. Thank you for each superset. Do you recommend going to failure for each one? Yes. So that's a very good question. You might fail rep wise a lot more early because it's a different kind of training. 100%. It's just like boxing is different than weightlifting. So you might get a lot more fatigued. So when you first start supersetting, don't let it mentally F you up where you're like, oh, dang, dude. Normally I get like 8 reps. I was able to barely get 5 because it's a whole different kind of training. If you do the supersets, it's gonna be way more fatigue, but you're gonna feel a lot more chest active, muscle activation the next day. So don't let that hurt you, because especially the next week when you do it again, you'll also probably be able to crank out a little bit more reps, but you're still gonna feel the fatigue because it's like I said, different kind of training until you're used to that. All right. Yeah, exactly. Prison push-ups. I never heard a bad thing about it, actually. Exactly. A lot of prison workouts are supersets. Very good. Okay. Awesome. All right. Do you take any steroids and stuff, or do you prefer natural? I know I'll never take steroids. No. I've had friends in high school. They had like heart problems. They just effed up. I had some other buddies that I never worked out with them, but they would always tell me like the problems they have with steroids, like they have hormonal stuff or they get back knee is terrible. So it honest, especially if you ever looked up on YouTube like the people about the Trend twins, they're really nice people. But they even regret they're doing steroids because they said they're in their 20s, but they looked like they're 40. And I was like, oh my God, I had no idea steroids give you aging effects. So, no, I found out the natural way to get a lot of mass is literally supersetting and high protein. Literally, that's going to be the game changer. Superset all your workouts, okay? And you're like, for example, like let's say you do 4 workouts. You do dumbbell press, flies, chest press, push-ups. Okay, you do them back to back, then rest. Like do this superset 4 times and do this superset 4 times. At the end, you're gassed and you feel such an amazing pump. You're also going to be, like I said, probably sweating a lot. So another thing I noticed when I started supersetting a lot more is it increased my um what's the word? It increased my metabolism. I was way more hungry throughout the day. Of course, I had to eat clean, like with fruits and stuff, but then I was like way more starving because it's such a different kind of training method. It's nuts. It's kind of like swimming. Swimming could exhaust you pretty well if you because it's multiple muscle groups at once. So like legs, core, shoulders, chest, whatever swim stroke you do. Okay. All right, cool. What about side tummy fat? How we sort out but don't lose muscle weight? Okay, good question. So for side tummy fat, you okay, wait, lose weight or muscle? Okay, lose muscle weight. So high protein, your protein is gonna have to be high for you to keep your muscle mass if you're trying to lose weight. I mean lose fat. So there's difference, very good question. I like this question. There's gonna be a big difference between losing fat and losing weight. Okay, so the weight, this is what's gonna F up a lot of people on any kind of fitness journey. Okay, understand this. Okay, your weight scale, this throughout the day changes about 2 to 6 pounds. This two, let me see if that is right. Yeah, 2 to 6 pounds throughout the day because your true weight is when you wake up in the morning after you use the restroom. Then after you eat, it's going to be putting on a little bit of pounds. Then a little when you drink water. Okay. Then if you work out, that may drop a few pounds. So don't pay attention too much for the weight number on your weight scale. Okay. What will help you get very good progress is progress photos, like taking pictures of yourself in the mirror. Okay. And I'm talking about the pictures you take are before you work out. Before. Because everybody gets like a good solid pump when they work out, but that's not how you really look. You want to get some really good accurate measurements and progress. Take your pictures before you work out. Okay. So don't pay attention too much to the scale. For your question on how to lose fat, but keep your high muscle, okay, is the high protein. Okay, it's very, very important. For the side, for your belly fat, is I recommend doing a lot of oblique work, like side planks on each side. Do about 30. Oh, I haven't read this. About 30 to 45 seconds of doing the side planks each side. Okay. And you want to do that consistently. Abs are one of the few muscle groups you can work out every single day. I actually learned that from reading Arnold's book a long time ago. It's the really big, thick one, like the one with the gray cover. So he said, like, you could work out abs every day. All right. So if you do side planks every day for about 30. Also, my handwriting is terrible, guys, because I have to write everything backwards on the board for y'all to see. Like, this is how normal 30 is. But I have to write every character backwards for it to be visible for y'all. So about 30 to 40 seconds. No. Yeah, okay. No, I'm trying to write a 4 backwards. Like this. Okay, I think it's... Okay, 40. 30, 40 seconds, side planks each side. Okay, do that consistently. That's what's very important, consistency. Now, a good question I had before in the chat is, why work out your abs every day? For example, especially for the sides, if you don't have too many ab muscles, okay, you want to work it out every day because it'll build definition, so they'll look a lot more defined. Okay, also, if you don't work out the ab muscles on the obliques a lot, they're gonna appear really small. Okay, so even if you do have them and they're defined, if they don't have a good size to them, they're not going to pop out as much. Okay, so that's why you want to work out abs and obliques every day. Why? It's for the size, so they look good and they actually show, and for the definition. Okay, so as you lose more and more weight, as you lose more and more fat by doing ab workouts, they're gonna pop more, be more defined, and they're gonna grow because of the size. Okay, because everybody does have abs, yes. Underneath fat and skin, everybody does. Okay, but everybody's abs show differently because the size of their abs are different and the definition is different because of how often they train. Okay, so especially when I was in gymnastics, we worked out core every single day. Yeah, it was kind of brutal and it was suck, but the benefits are amazing. Okay. All right, awesome. Thank you. Hello, how you doing? Clearly, you're doing something right. Thank you for so absolutely, guys. The purpose of my channel is to help you all build an anime physique. I have a Never Gymless series from like day 1 to 32. So if y'all have any questions about anything like how to lose weight, how to gain muscle mass, how to burn fat, ask me in the chat and I'll help you. Also, if you're subscribed, please let me know. I do 5 handstand push-ups for every new subscriber. Our goal is to hit 1K, guys. I want to have this channel monetized as another form of income to help my mom who has cancer. So I think the best way I could do is to provide y'all all the knowledge I have and all the value I have, so all y'all could get an anime physique at home without you spending money on the gym membership. And the biggest thing is, especially my old roommate, some people hate being stared at when y'all work out. If you stare at him too long, he'll try to fight you. And that's just a lot of people in public. They want to keep their privacy. So that's the purpose I made this channel for y'all, to help you all work out in the privacy of your home. Okay. Yuck, steroids. Yeah, I'll never take steroids. Hell no. Does gooning kill gains? I have no. What is gooning? You have to explain to me, guys. I literally thought gooning means like you act like a goon, like a mobster or something. Like Goon Squad. Hi, audits. How are you? Explain to me. All right, cool. What about side? Tell me how we sort out. No, okay, cool. Gotcha. I'll try this advice. Start watching. Yeah, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I struggle with building my shoulders more than anything are lacking compared. Supersets, Eric. Honestly, supersets are great for shoulders. Literally, look at my channel. I have plenty of shoulder workouts and exercises. Like I said, combine them. Superset, your shoulders will pop and grow like nuts. I'm serious. That's what made my shoulders grow pretty big. Just literally supersets. Shoulders used to be one of my smallest body parts. Okay, and then like I said, after my friend in Special Forces told me, "Hey, start supersetting all your workouts," and changed. Like everything got crazy. I used to have very, very small abs. Like this was like half this size. I didn't have any defined. So definitely, so supersets for shoulders. Absolutely. All right, cool. Hey, so you're right. All right, cool, man. Thank you for the sub. You got it. I gotta make sure y'all see. Cool. All right, let's do 5 handstand push-ups. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And handstand push-ups can also build your shoulders too. Okay, cool. Yeah. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate you. Okay. Stop using all the steroids up. I will never use steroids. No. I won't ever condone anybody on my channel use steroids. Just eat clean, high protein, work out, quit being lazy, and stay consistent. You won't build an anime physique, guys, in one day. It's consistency. And then the biggest life hack I'll tell y'all is if you work out every single day, you can honestly eat whatever you want because the consistency and the time. Like tonight, if I go eat a whole pizza myself, I'm still gonna have abs in the morning. Why? Because I'm consistent. One bad day is not gonna ruin 365 days of training. Like I'm a big DBZ fan, and I was very impressed when like Goku and Vegeta talk about your training will never fail you. Literally, it won't. So if you train every single day, and y'all could give me questions, I'll help y'all. Any questions y'all have to train. Honestly, then you'll be able to look great, eat healthy, and feel better too. All right, bro, you're in good shape, but stop tensing your abs. I'm not tensing. If I was tensing my abs, I'd be doing this. Like that's like tensing. So this is abs normal. Okay, if y'all want to know how to build abs normal, because I can't tense my abs and talk at the same time because it's kind of painful and tough. Anyways, so yeah, if you want your abs to look defined and that way you don't have a pudge, I recommend also vacuums. Doing vacuums are good. If you can't do vacuums standing up, do your do them like laying down, like in a push-up position. Okay. Can you show me workout? Yeah. Just subscribe to my channel. Loads of workouts for y'all. Honestly. What does your head look like too big for your body? Well, yeah, you're right. What's the best meal for breakfast and is coffee okay? Cool. Neck workouts? What are you talking about? My neck is... How much bigger do you want my neck to be? What are you talking about? I'm not a boxer, My neck is pretty okay. I don't need I don't go into fights and stuff. All right, cool. Let's talk about, can you eat milk with fish? Yes, milk is a good source of protein. All right. Let's see. Can you define abs? Eating clean is a must. Yes, you do have to eat clean. And honestly, eating clean is easy, guys. Steak, salmon, seafood, uh, beef, chicken, all types of stuff. Too many haters. And it's okay, brother. I don't care about the haters. We got people sitting on the butts every day saying you're on steroids. If this guy was steroids, he would be shredded. You're hilarious. Oh my god, it's fine, dude. It's whatever. Even if I have trolls in the chat, whatever, I'm here to help y'all answer your questions. Okay, I have high cholesterol. What do you recommend? Having high cholesterol is actually a good thing. All that stuff about having cholesterol is bullshit. It's not bad for you at all. Okay. Awesome. Nice to come across somebody who's 100% knowledge of fitness. I will keep turning in and working. All right, thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, I got to try to answer this other question I missed. Let me see. Shape, what's your head? Best meal for breakfast. All right, cool. So, good question right there. Let me see. So, for breakfast, okay, it depends on how heavy of a stomach you want to feel in the morning. Okay, and here I'll explain to you. And yes, coffee is good. Coffee is another part of your question. I love coffee because I do literally need to pick me up in the morning. Okay, because sometimes even if you eat a little heavy, you may not feel energy. So eggs are a good source of having a good protein breakfast. You want to have high protein eggs. Another one is good. It's like having oatmeal. And what you could put in your oatmeal, you put raisins and honey and milk. Okay. So then you have fiber, and plus raisins make your oatmeal taste better. Honey makes it taste amazing. And you have milk for a little bit extra protein. Okay. So those are two breakfasts I recommend. But honestly, everybody's different on what they're able to eat. Some people have steak and eggs for breakfast, So I recommend find foods you like, because just because I recommend something to you doesn't mean you're gonna do it. If someone recommends to me strawberry ice cream and I like chocolate, I'm not gonna eat strawberry ice cream. So you gotta find stuff you're able to do. There's tons of high protein meals you can have, but honestly, just don't. When you have a good diet, it does not mean starving. Do not starve yourself. You have to eat no matter what. Because if you don't, eat a lot like normal person, and you slow your meals down, like you just feel starving. I mean, it's different than fasting. Fasting and starving, two different things. Okay, you don't want to slow down your metabolism. It's very important. Okay, so I hope that answers your question on some breakfast options: steak and eggs, oatmeal. Even like having raisin bran cereal. I had to start working out every day. Why? Because I love cinnamon toast crunch. I love cinnamon toast crunch. I'll work out and do abs every single day if I can eat cinnamon toast crunch. So that's just me. Okay. Hope that answers your question. What do you think of intermittent fasting? So I've never. So I personally haven't done intermittent fasting. I'm like wanting to. The reason I did it before is because of my job. I just couldn't eat breakfast because we were just so working related. Honestly, I would recommend try it if you want, because all these different diets out there, you got to find out what works for you. Some people can handle intermittent fasting, some people can't. Some people like just cannot go 6 9 hours without eating. So I recommend try and do things, experiment what works for you, because it works for you may not work well for somebody else, or you got to like it honestly enough to stick with it. Like if you don't, and I tell you eat steak all the time, you're not going to stick with it. So find other solutions and alternatives for you. Okay. They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but shredded people I know eat their first meal around 1 p.m. Intermittent fasting. Dude, that's the sickest 4 pack I've ever seen. Thank you. I appreciate that. All four of these guys. Okay. If I eat oatmeal eggs, my gas could gag a midget or maggot. Thank you. No, I don't have genetics. I used to have zero abs, especially after my car accident. Dude, I lost all my muscle. Literally. Like, I had broken ribs. I couldn't work out abs. So, no. After my car accident, I lost all my muscle mass and strength. So, I had to rebuild and get it all back out. How? The super setting and home workouts. Okay. All right. So no, not necessarily, because dude, like I don't like intermittent fasting because I like to eat when I wake up in the morning. Also, when I learned, uh, they actually told us when I was trying out for special forces is to eat in the morning before an event, because they put it to us in perspective. They're like, okay, let's say in the morning you have a physical fitness test. You go 8 hours without sleep, right? And then when you wake up, you have no fuel in your system, and you're expected to run the fastest you ever have your whole life with no fuel. 8 hours sleep and no fuel when you wake up. It's just like a car without barely any fuel. Is it going to perform the best absolute ability it can without any fuel in the system? And we're all like looking stupid. We're like, yeah, he's right. You sleep for 8 9 hours, you burn all the carbs and food you have, and then you're expected to do a physical fitness test, the best one of your life, and you don't eat right before. You have no protein, no carbs, no fuel, nothing. And you're expected to perform the best way possible you ever have. That's how they put it in perspective to us. So, like I said, find out what works for you. Intermittent fasting wise. Okay, like I'm curling 55 dumbbells and don't look like I can. Most vitamins are fat soluble. Well, yeah, Josh, because strength is neurological. It's not. Uh, it doesn't show. You have to do time under tension for mass and gains. Okay. You do have carbs and muscle glycogen as well as fuel. Yes, but not if you don't eat. You sleep for 8 hours, okay, and then you don't eat after you wake up. Go run the fastest mile of your life with no fuel. It doesn't sound smart because you're not going to perform the best. You know, like for Olympic athletes, do you think they starve themselves all day and don't eat when it's time for them to perform in the Olympics? No, of course they eat. They have to have fuel. Okay, cool. All right, do just eat bacon. All right, cool. A handful of almonds. What season is the most motivating for working out? Every season, man. Respect winning. Wishing you long health. Appreciate you, Julius. Hope you have a good day. Cool. Awesome. Got any advice for getting bigger? I have a lean build and can eat whatever I want, but mostly gain. Okay, so yes, very, very good advice. Famation is. I talked about this earlier in the stream. Is supersetting your workouts. Supersetting your workouts will give you more time under tension, and you will explode on gains. Okay, because one, if you don't superset already, it's going to be a whole new training style. So right away, you're going to beat a plateau that you're doing. Second thing is about supersetting is going to also give you way more time on attention because you have less rest and more prolonged of workout. Because if you do push-ups, right, and then you rest after your push-ups, about it's going to be different amount of muscle activation if you do push-ups and then incline push-ups or wide push-ups versus decline push-ups. You're still doing the same muscle group, but one workout done right after another is going to be more muscle activation, which equals more time under tension, which will equal more growth. Okay, but like I said, you're going to be more and more fatigued doing supersets in the beginning. The second thing for you to do is you have to have high protein in your diet. Okay, yeah, I understand you say you can eat whatever you want, but you have to have the high protein because it doesn't matter how many push-ups you could do. If you don't have enough protein that's high, you don't have enough calories, you're not going to grow. Okay, so you grow muscle wise by working it out and then eating. You have to eat. Okay, if you're eating very little, yes, you will grow some. The supersets will give you massive growth, okay? Just because it's a new training program, you have more time and attention. But you're still not gonna grow as much and as often as you should, okay? Yo, bro, what can I do to get more defined chest? Superset. Absolutely. If y'all subscribe to my channel, I have plenty of chest workouts, arm workouts, shoulder workouts that y'all can do. Also, anybody who's subscribed, please let me know because I do 5 handstand push-ups for every new subscriber. Okay, turkey burger good. They are, but to me, I hate the way it tastes, bro. Even with mustard, I just hate it. Okay, I weigh 170. I'm curling 55. Can farmer carry? That's cool, Josh. That's a cool story. Okay, awesome. All right, yo, bro, what can I do to get a more defined chest? Like I said, supersets. Supersets very, very good for definition and size. And then you have to. That's basic. Okay, Josh, you know these questions are none at you, right? The if you want to answer questions, do your own life, brother. I'm like, do you have any pictures of yourself that shows any of this? We'll see. I'm like, well, yeah, thank you for answering the questions. That's pretty funny. I'm gonna do this. Oh yeah, boom! I love this feature. Gotcha. Okay, cool. But yeah, so if y'all have any more questions, let me know. John got a degree from dude. That's hilarious. Okay, what's a good workout split in the week? And should I work out 5 days a week? I'm doing 4 so 4. You should work out honestly every day. Okay, even on your rest days, do some kind of active workout like abs. A good split would be like 3 days on, 1 day off. You know, that's what I recommend. That way you get a good amount of balance. You still get rest in the middle of the week. But honestly, you should be working out every day. Some kind of workout. Even doing a slow jog counts as exercise. Okay. Do you believe in Jesus? Absolutely. Hmm. Okay, cool. Does decision fatigue affect your working out? Decision fatigue. What do you mean? I never heard of that. Decision fatigue. What's up, Quintus? How you doing? Hope you're having a good day, guys. So yeah, like I said, the purpose of my channel, if y'all like anime, you want to build an anime physique, the channel's for you. So I want y'all, because I don't really I answer a lot of questions from y'all chat, but I want y'all to put like your favorite anime so far, because I learned, JJK. I'm sorry, not JJK, JoJo's, the new JoJo season. Because I'm a big anime fan, and I want to get into like talking more about that with y'all. But if y'all do have any fitness questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer. So JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is a new season coming out. Man, this is so difficult to write backwards. Cool. All right. G's deep inside of us. Awesome. Do you even gym, bro? Mostly home workouts, man. This is the purpose of my channel to help y'all build an anime physique in the privacy of your home without you buying a gym membership. And a lot of times people don't like being looked at when they work out. Okay. What's your favorite meal while cutting? Jesus loves. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I appreciate you. So I guess I don't really bulk or cut anymore, honestly. Like honestly, given my physique, I eat basically whatever I want, just because I'm consistent. I work out every single day. I guess my favorite meal, just I love steak. I love steak, and yeah, good steaks are some delicious. I love steaks and rice, steak and eggs. I'm a big steak guy. Okay. Do you have many choices? It tires you out from trying to make a decision. What do you mean? Do you have cheat days or no? What do you eat? Yeah, I have cheat days. Honestly, if you work out every single day, guys, 365 days a year, the consistency is so much. You can eat whatever you want whenever you want, honestly. Once you get the physique you want, because you're consistent. Like today, I worked out. I did an ab workout last stream with y'all. That helps me. I'm still gonna go eat and have fun, but you first have to get to that level. You're not going to be expert in 1 2 days. You're not going to build an anime physique at home. So in the beginning, you have to eat mostly clean, but then eventually you're going to get to a level you can eat whatever you want. However, I still eat clean. I still eat mostly steak, rice, salmon, fish, tuna, pasta. I don't really eat burgers or like fast food because it doesn't really taste good. Like I love Chipotle. I love Chipotle. It's one of my favorite restaurants on the planet. Okay, let's see what questions y'all got. All right, top 5 video games. All right, so this is a good question. I like this. All right, video games. I loved playing like Ratchet and Clank when I was young, Sly Cooper, Dragon Ball Z Budokai, Assassin's Creed series, and what was the other one? Oh, Halo. I love Halo and Gears of War. Oh my god, I love those. Those are my favorite. Okay, y'all put your favorite video games in there. I want to see what y'all say. Do you take pre-workout or creatine? Not really. I take mostly coffee. Just drink coffee. Okay. You have good taste in games. Thank you, FaZe. Yeah, I appreciate that. I want to see what y'all put in the chat. Put y'all's favorite video game. Okay. How tall are you? 5'4". I go to gym at 5 and at 1 it's always packed, man. Julius, I understand. You could get your physique all at home. You don't even need to go to gym, honestly. Just do the workouts at home. Yes, I've gone to 5. That's the memes I saw that every time you go 5 or 6 p.m., you see all the broccoli headed dudes take up all the equipment. And I'm like, they're hilariously true. However, that's why working at home is better, honestly. Okay. What's y'all's favorite video games and anime, and why? What's up, Nathan? How you doing? Okay. Any other questions about fitness? If you make many decisions a day, does it mentally wear you out so you can't work out, or do you compress mentally and have a workout? What happens if you have a hard day? Okay, so everybody has good days and bad days. Okay, no, nothing in life is perfect. You have to make working out as like eating breakfast. It's got to be a must for you. Here's the reason why. If you have and mental health, I mean physical fitness and working out actually saved me mental health wise. Okay, everybody, you're gonna have days where you have a bad conversation with somebody, bad toxic parent or family member, bad friend, or some situation that just straight up happens to you. When that happens, go work out, go do some kind of physical activity, and you're gonna feel 10 times better. It's gonna reset you mentally. Okay, it's not gonna make your problems go away. But yeah, you should be working out every day. Reason why? Because it's literally gonna make your brain feel better. It'll help you reset. Like, okay, cool. I have these problems. I gotta find a solution to them. So yeah, physical fitness is a great answer for mental health, 100%. So you're gonna have problems and decisions you're gonna make every single day. Go work out. If you feel overwhelmed and stressed, go do some kind of workout. Subscribe, watch my videos, do a couple of them of the workouts there, and then I guarantee you're gonna feel 10 times better. You're gonna feel great, and you just gotta win for the day. You got a W because you worked out. Okay. So yes, mental fatigue and stress can be easily solved by you working out every day. You have school during spring break. What the fuck, bro? Hey, coach, interested in a collab? Sure. Absolutely. Official Taco Bell. Cool. Let me see. Uh, official. Send us a DM. Okay. Can you send DMs on YouTube? I'm be honest. I didn't know you could DM people on YouTube. Official Taco Bell. Okay. Okay. would y'all be able to message me on Instagram or TikTok? Because my name is the same on Instagram, the Coach Saying. Okay, or I might link it in the bio. So, which would be great, for especially at Taco Bell because I've been doing reviews of how to eat healthy at fast food places. So that would be cool. You know, yeah, I don't think you could. Yeah, bye bye, Nathan. How you doing? Yeah, I don't think you can uh send us DM. Okay, yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, I don't see any way you can send a DM Taco Bell. You know, but if you look up on TikTok, my name is only Coach Saiyan. If you look up on Instagram, is the Coach Saiyan. You know, so that way y'all can send me a message because I don't see any other way. Do you work out until failure, or do you have a sweet spot before you stop working out, or do you try to feel sore or pain the next day? Okay, good question. All right, so doing bodyweight stuff, you go to failure. Basically, you can't do anymore. Okay, so because bodyweight is different than muscle building at a gym, like moving free weights, things like that. Okay, so yes, I've never been told any time like, hey, do your push-ups till you can only do one or two left. You don't want to leave your gas in your gas tank, especially if you're trying to get stronger. Use all your gas in your workouts, especially body weight. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. What other question was it? So yeah, I don't really have a sweet spot. I just go until I can't go anymore. Roids? No, zero. I'll never do roids. Supersets and high protein. Okay. Hi, Turf. How you doing? What do you bench? A lot. You're 5'4"? Yes, I'm 5'4". 5'4". Okay. 125 max. You're right. All right, Leaf. Who has the best physique you've ever seen? I love Baki's physique. Baki has a insane physique. That was one of my favorites. Okay. Unca speaking. For muscle failure. Dang, you look like a snack, bro. Appreciate you. Do you take enhancements though? No, zero. I just take protein and steak, salmon, eggs, tuna. That's about it. Okay. See, LOL AI told me. I can tell. No, no need for to take enhancements. So here's the thing. This is what I love. The people like I could tell y'all what to do to get an anime physique, but the people always like put in the chat they're haters. They just won't do it. They're just simply lazy. I tell them people eat clean. They won't do it. That's how lazy the people who like say other people are on steroids, which is hilarious. And they just try it. There's no scam. Like if don't take steroids, instead eat salmon or steak, eat eggs, eat tuna, eat beef, you know. The people who like say other people on steroids, they have no enough courage to give up like chips or fast food. They just don't have the discipline or they're just too scared or ice cream, which you can eat whatever if you work out every day. That's the thing. I'll never take steroids because I mean, thank you for the compliment, but I appreciate it. It's too bad for your health. You'll die. I'll never convince or be convinced to take steroids. Just drink water and eat steak and eggs, and just work out. That's all y'all got to do. Okay, bro, I will do it. I'm locked in. I'm 14. Awesome. Congrats, man. I started working out when I was like 6 because with gymnastics. Okay, I think it's trying to communicate with us, bro. You don't drink energy drinks. I do drink energy drinks. I do actually. Yeah, I like Monster Rehabs. I'm not even sponsored or promoted by them, but I just like them. Do you think sleep affects your recovery? Absolutely, yes, it does. You want to get at least 6 to 8 hours sleep. Yeah, hype it up to be no, because your body does recover when you sleep. And I've tested this before. This is a very good question why sleep is very good and not optimal. Okay. There's been days where I I had a really good workout the day before and I slept only 4 or 5 hours. I literally felt like way more sore than usual. I didn't see as much size in the mirror. And this is right when I woke up. Then the next day, I actually slept a good 8 hours, still diet the same, and you literally feel and look like instantly rejuvenated. Okay, even if you didn't work out, honestly, the way you feel when you wake up, you shouldn't really feel tired. You know, I'm, I mean, like enough to like get out of bed. You shouldn't feel like, oh my god, I didn't feel sleep. You might need to take like some nutrients for that. So yes, sleep is very optimal. Sleep is number one. Easy. Give me one meal you recommend. Steak and eggs. For snacks, the rice cakes, peanut butter and honey. Those are very delicious. Okay. Do you take TRT? No, I never will. Nobody asked, but sleep gives more gains. Yeah, you're exactly right. Yes, Eric. Are you a spin top? You mean like a Beyblade? Dude, your head. Yeah, my head's, it's got to be big like the rest of my body. Okay. What is your workout schedule for the week? I work out every day. Nobody asked me how to lose weight fast. So losing weight and losing fat is different. Okay. If you want to lose weight, cut out, quit eating as much. Just work out every day and your scale will go down. God bless you. Bless you too. What do you think of raw primal diet? I haven't heard of that. A Beyblade. Yeah. He asked me if I'm a spin top. I was like, you trying to let it rip? Why do I feel exhausted when I wake up sleepy? It's probably diet. Diet and dehydration. So this is actually a very good question, Edgar. A lot of people don't know when you drink more water throughout the day, you actually feel more energized because your muscles all feel rejuvenated. So drinking water is very important. Whoever asked earlier how to lose weight, also drinking water will increase your metabolism a little bit, and it'll help beat more cravings. Because a lot of people, the reason they're overweight or they just weight more than they want to be is because of extra snacks, or they have alcohol to drink their calories. I know one time I went out with my buddy a long time ago. Four like Jack and Cokes was like 1,000 calories, and it was nuts. I'm like, dude, that's almost half of what you should eat in a day, and that's on top of the food we ate. So I had to work out like extra, but I don't drink anymore or anything like that. Okay, narrow shoulder, big head. Thank you. I smoke weed and eat junk food, but I'm still fit as fuck. Cool, Jay. I mean, like chest try on Monday, legs Tuesday. Uh, like Sundays will be like chest, Mondays back, Tuesdays will be like legs, Wednesday rest, Thursday shoulders, and then I also do cardio, abs every day. I want to work out abs every day. You can abs. You can work out literally every day. It's one of the only muscle groups there. I don't know why I'm even holding this, guys. Y'all. Okay. First of all, I just want to remind y'all. Thank you so much for everyone who subscribed. Okay. If you subscribed, put in the chat right now you subscribe because I do 5 handstand push-ups for every new subscriber. Okay. My goal is to hit 1K. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I want to give y'all a ton of value. Okay. So all of y'all can look as fit as me just by working out at home, eating clean, and drinking water. Okay. But you have to be consistent. Consistent is what's going to matter and help you have 3 good weeks of working out, but when you don't work out the rest of the year, the consistency is going to go down the drain. Okay. All right. Did you get scratched on your abs? No, this was from a car accident. Okay. How much cardio do you do? I do cardio a lot, at least like 3 or 4 times a week. Recently I started doing like some light cardio after I get done working out, just a little bit of jog, just for fun. Swimming's very, very good if you want to get more definition. But honestly, so this is a good question. This I think will answer a lot of y'all questions. Okay, I talked about this already during one stream. It's called fasting cardio. Okay, fasting cardio is when you wake up in the morning before you eat, you go run at a conversation pace. Jog is a better word. 10 to 15 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, that looked like crap. Sorry. 10. I gotta write everything backwards for y'all to be able to see me, so that's why it's a little difficult. So fasting cardio, okay. You want to also run at a conversation pace. Conversation pace means the person next to you, you can talk and you're not out of breath. You're not like, hey, bro, oh, I could barely breathe. You want to slowly jog at a conversation pace. Do fasting cardio every day. It'll automatically help you start burning fat. Okay. But you have to stay consistent, guys. Honestly, it's really not that difficult. You download SoundCloud on your phone, put like 4 or 5 good songs you like, and jog. There you go. By the time you're done with your playlist, you're already done. Okay? And it's free. SoundCloud's free. You know? So do fasting cardio. That'll help you melt your fat because when you do 10 to 15 minutes, only you don't do above 25 or 30, you get it into the fat burning zone. That's when your heart rate is at 125 to 140 beats per minute. So if you run fast, your heart rate's gonna elevate, right? Then you're gonna get out of the fat burning zone and you're gonna start burning calories. So if you want to lose fat, you want to be in this zone, okay, which is slow jog, conversation pace, 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. In the morning. It's called fasting cardio because you didn't eat before you did cardio. Okay? That's something everybody can do. It's not too difficult. That's actually something I learned in the Marine Corps. Every morning before we ate, we did a running cardio. Okay, sometimes we jogged, just for a little bit of distance and fun. Sometimes they ran our asses to the ground. But that is where I got taught that by my friends who like do bodybuilding and things like that. Fasting cardio is good. So a lot of cool things I want to implement and teach y'all that they really don't talk about. I didn't learn about fasting cardio till after I got out of the Marine Corps. I didn't even know it was called that. Okay. Same thing with the Army. Awesome, cool. Thank you for your service, brother. My best friends are Army. Can you show us how crazy matrix? What, I don't know. Whiteboard makes this information a lot easier to take in. Awesome, thank you. That's why I got it for y'all. Okay. Where do you buy that whiteboard? Walmart. It was, I think, like 20 something bucks. So they have different sizes of whiteboards. They have some that are like $19, some are 20 and 30. So just go to Walmart, honestly. Okay. Are you Muslim? No. Guys, please donate so you can afford a shirt. Thank you. I'm sorry, Excel. So this is exactly why I need y'all's help to get a 1K subscribers. People can't even donate to me like they can't. Like I learned YouTube. You have to hit 1,000 subscribers and have 4,000 watch hours for you to even have chat for the ability to like do pin comments, things like that. Okay. Head too big for your body. My bad, bro. I got a big head. Sorry. What do you want me to do? Okay. How long have you been this fit? So recently, after my car accident, I would say 4 years. It's about 4 years. Because after my car accident, I lost all my muscle. Uh, the last 2 years, I've been really like staying way more consistent than the previous years. You know, so that yeah, about 4 years now. Because when in my car accident, I lost all my muscle. I could barely breathe, could barely walk because I was on crutches for like 8 months. Are you black? No. Oh man, I hope you will. Thank you, I appreciate it. Good question. Head too big. What's the question? Awesome. All right, let's see what other questions. How are you defined with so much body fat? I'm sitting down. Every time people sit, everybody gets like this is called skin. You know, and I don't know what y'all are talking about because I'm at like 5% body fat. So yes, y'all missed the earlier stream, we did an ab workout with y'all. That's where you built the inner portion of your abs and then the obliques. Okay. So I don't have much body fat. I'm like, where? Please show me where my body fat is. What's your favorite sport? Sorry about that accent. It's okay, no problem, brother. Favorite sport. So I used to love MMA. I was a big fan of MMA. I did a little MMA for like 2 years. It was really, really fun. I don't really watch sports nowadays, but I used to be really big in like WEC before I bought out by the UFC. So that was really fun. And then soccer is always really cool. I mean, in other countries it's called football. How long realistically would it take for you, like a 5'7", 186-pound guy, to get less flabby and carved up like you? Asking for a friend. Honestly, it depends on. Okay, so your friend, he's got to work out every day. He's got to eat clean every day, and he's got to stay consistent. You got to work out every day. Probably in a good 3 to 6 months, you'll see some really drastic results. Honestly, about 3 to 6 months, because but those 3 to 6 months have to be consistent. You can't have only 4 or 5 days working out. You got to be every day, literally. The 1-2 days you don't work out a week. I mean, if you rest one day, that's fine, but you can still do active rest where you do abs. Literally, you can get carved and looking very good in 3 to 6 months. Realistically, to be honest, but you have to stay consistent. You have to eat clean. You have to work out every day. You can't make excuses. Excuses show on your body. You know, I'm a big soccer guy. Hell yeah, dude, I love soccer. You Canadian? You remind me of Ryan Reynolds? No, I'm not. I was born in Russia, actually. Okay. So, what is that in your abs? This is called a scar, my friend. Yeah, it's from a car accident. Okay, at age 13 and 5 foot, what should my height be in your oh weight be? Uh I don't know, man. So kids' weights are different. I can't even comment on that because you're not an adult. You're still growing. So don't even be concerned about the weight. Okay, here's I guess a good piece of advice I want to tell y'all. So the weight scale is completely different than what you see in the mirror. Two people can weigh differently. One person can weigh like me. I like weigh 155 pounds. Another person can weigh 155 pounds and not look like me. And that's the same number on the weight scale. So how you look is completely different than what the scale says. Do not be super concerned with what the scale is. For you to have a great progression where you can actually see visible progression, you take pictures in the mirror. That's how you get actual progression, because your weight scale changes 2 to 6 pounds per day from when you wake up in the morning, you're dehydrated before you eat, to throughout in the evening time after you had a couple meals, after you had water. So your weight scale is way different. So do not be focused on the number of the scale, be focused on how you look in the mirror. Okay, because for me, especially the last year, I've gained a lot more mass at different parts of my body, but my weight's been the scale is because it's called a body recomp. That means I lost more fat, but I replaced it with muscle. So the scale is the same, but I look completely different, especially like my back muscles like got way more defined and more bigger. And even though the scale still says the same. So don't be too focused on what the number of the scale says. Be focused on how you present and look in the mirror. Okay. How do you work out your upper chest? Incline. A lot of incline workouts. Like a good example I was showing y'all earlier. A good incline is basically incline push-ups, where you have incline push-ups are a very, very good way. Okay. Now, if you don't superset, you want your each rep to be about 3-4 seconds. Like for example, for push-ups, you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay, so then about 10 reps of that, you're going to be in 40 seconds, time under tension. So you're going to feel a pretty good uh, chest pump. So incline is a good way to build upper chest. And then supersets. Supersetting workouts. So what I told y'all earlier. Supersetting workouts, combining one workout with another right afterwards, and then resting. Not resting in between. Okay. How's your fascia training? Never been asked that before. Fascia. You mean like where you like do like this? There's different kinds of fascia. I'm not too educated on fascia. Okay. You are too nice to be on here, man. I wish you luck. Thank you so much, Ben Willis. Appreciate you. YH. What does that mean? No, I don't know. I'd have to look up fascia training. I've never. Maybe. When you say fascia, I keep thinking like fascia, like a structure. I don't think that's correct. My biceps are weak. What about that? Okay, so the difference between if you want size, well, it's actually supersets. Supersets you get a lot of strength. Very, very good. Okay. Hi, remember me? I'm your fan. Thank you. Hey, Esteban. Hope you're having a good day. It means yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you for teaching me. Yeah, like it's like oh, okay. I don't. Thank you. There's a bunch of abbreviations I'm not super knowledgeable about, so I appreciate y'all. Okay, subbed. All right, thank you, Esteban. All right, cool. That means for every new sub, I do 5 handstand push-ups. Okay, make sure y'all put in the chat every time y'all sub. Okay, I mean every new sub we have. Cool. All right, cool. So 5 handstand push-ups. Make sure y'all be able to see me. All right. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. All right, make sure y'all put in the chat for if y'all subbed. Okay. Maybe he has a huge brain. Thank you. Or a little body. Y'all are hilarious. Y'all are so funny. Thank you. How many times per day do you eat? At least like 3, man. I love food, dude. Like, I could never starve myself, guys. So here's another guess it's a good topic to talk about. A lot of information online is bullshit, and here's what I mean. We're like, where they, the word diet simply already, like, common misconception. People are like, oh yeah, well, I'm changing my diet, meaning they're gonna eat less or starve or anything like that. No, if you want gains, if you want your dream body, you're gonna have to eat. Eating's okay. There's nothing wrong with eating. It's the activities you do when you're not eating. Like, are you doing cardio in the morning? That's gonna depend on how you look. Nothing to do with eating. Are you working out after throughout the day? Has nothing to do with eating. Are you drinking water? Nothing to do with eating. And all that stuff is important, compounds throughout the year. Let's see. I guess every time I could easily tell y'all, if everybody who watches me or subs to me, if all y'all eat clean for a whole year, work out every single day, drink water every single day, and stay consistent every single day, everybody in here will look completely different. You're gonna look like amazing athletes. All you're all gonna be stronger. You're also gonna feel better because that's also why reason I started this channel, because working out every day helps your mental health. You're gonna get hit with problems. You're gonna hit with life. You're gonna get hit with toxic family that you can't control. And you also have haters, friends. If I had to do a push up for every negative comment I got in the chat, I'd be doing push ups all day long. But working out helps you feel better too. Awesome. Okay. Seems like it's cold in there. Y'all's jokes are hilarious. If you have a lagging body part, just make sure you do enough volume. 15 sets weekly. Yeah. Any solutions for noise between bones and joints when doing sit-ups? I'm not sure, brother. I think maybe fish oil. I've been told fish oil is good for joints. Um, if you don't take fish oil, I know eat sardines. Sardines are very, very good for joint health. I used to be eating a big fan of tuna. I used to eat tuna every day, but then I found out there's a lot of mercury poison you could get. So sardines counteract that actually, and the protein difference is only about 3 grams. Okay, that one. Supercalifragilistic BHB avidosis. Okay, how long did it take you to see gains? Okay, so after my car accident where I lost all my muscle mass, about a month. About a month consistently every single day, you see gains. Actually no, because my process was a little bit slower because I couldn't work out as hard because I was still injured. Like I was still trying to get back in the swing of things. Because I don't want to re-injure my back because of the fractures or like my ribs. Sometimes they're still cracking. So yeah, but honestly, you can see gains within about a month of consistent supersetting and eating. Okay, during school, I subbed. Oh, awesome! Thank you, Brady. Oh wait, Chris also subbed. Chris, Brady. Let's see. All right, cool, awesome. All right, so that'll be 10 handstand push-ups for those 2 subs. Okay, awesome. Okay, gonna knock out 10. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ugh, cool. Thank you for the subs, guys. Appreciate you. Whew, thank you. No way. Yes. Test first. How is LeBron? I don't know LeBron. Second, who invented the light bulb? Oh wait, how tall is LeBron? I think what, Benjamin Franklin might have invented the light bulb. I'm not sure. Could be wrong. Third is who's better, Messi or Ronaldo? Dude, I love Messi, man. But okay, so that's a very, very good question. I like this topic. So I like football, which is called in the real world, versus soccer in just America. I think it's cool to have favorite players in different teams. Like I remember even watching earlier soccer, like Zidane. Zidane was one of my favorites. He was a beast, especially like when he headbutted that dude at his very last World Cup match. It was hilarious. He got a red card, he got taken out, but still his team won. It was hilarious. Okay, cool. Full range of motion, come on. Well, what do you mean full range of motion? My head was hitting the ground. What else can you do? I can't go farther. Okay, nice. Any tips on lose fat overall and gain mass? Okay, so easily is if you're having cravings, replace it with water, and if because dehydration feels a lot of times when you're hungry. If you need to eat throughout the day and you're low on energy, replace it with like fruit and honey. Fruit and honey is very good. Honey is what you call a clean sugar, so those aren't going to affect you in a negative way. And so just doing that, increasing your protein because protein helps you burn fat. Eating fruit and honey are very great ways for you to stay lean and not overindulge. Okay, because everybody gets hungry throughout the days, man. Everybody's human. I'm human, just like y'all. I get hungry. I love to eat. Okay, still massively impressive. All right, thank you. Muscle, appreciate you. Thank you, Bad Badger. Dude, are you a honey badger? Because if you are, that's you got my subscribe. Okay. How long do you think is enough to strength train per week? Uh very good question. So I guess that's kind of opinionated, but every time you do push-ups, well, like most of my workouts on my channel are all bodyweight stuff. All of that is considered strength training. Okay, besides cardio, like where you do actually even though the cardio workouts like burpees, that's all strength. So if you do body weight exercises, it's literally all strength training, honestly. So to answer your question, every day. Every day you could do strength training. You could make your chest stronger, make your shoulders, make your biceps, triceps, because strength is neurological. It's not going to show as much as mass because mass and strength are different. Okay. You can be really, really strong. And I had friends like that who are extremely strong, but they don't have a lot of mass because they just work out differently. They work out with more power and speed, which that works like their explosiveness and their stamina, but it doesn't show mass. Okay, because in other ways you can look very strong, but you're not very strong just because you did a lot of workouts, things like that. So to answer your question, strength training you should do every single week. Reason why? Because it keeps your bones strong. It's very important for you to have strong bones just throughout life. It also counteracts age, being strength training, and it helps burn calories and keeps you overall healthy. Okay. So who's stronger, Eddie Hall or Brim Shaw? I don't know. Why are your abs sagging? I'm in a chair. This is called skin. Everybody has skin when you sit down. It's pretty funny. My abs sagging. Because when you stand up, look, everybody has six. Well, not everybody has six pack. My abs are okay. This is called skin. Everybody has got skin. I can't make this go away. So yeah, when people sit down, your skin, because I'm not flexing the whole time. I just want to sit and be comfortable. Okay. Gave you a follow. All right, thank you, Badger. All right, that's what's up. 5 push-ups for you, big dog. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Appreciate you, honey badger. All right, cool. Let's see what else. Why is your head so big? No one's ever asked me why. Like that's pretty hilarious. I've been told like, oh wow, cool. But hilarious. Gogeta Blue Coach. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Does milk help in bones mixed with turmeric as much as warm milk drink does? Does bone noise happen due less lubrication between bone joints? If I eat fish, it helps, and dry fruits, will it help? Yeah, so I've been told yes, fish is very good for bones and joint health. I've never really taken personally fish oils, but I think honestly all natural would be probably better for you, especially for joint health and strength. Doing strength training will help improve joint strength as well. Because like let's say you do running every single day, but you don't work out anything else. You're gonna get weaker joints and weaker movements and mobility by losing strength with age. Okay. It's like the saying, if you don't use it, you lose it. So yes, strength training will help your bones. Let's see, what was your question? So milk, yes, it obviously will help, but apparently it's not like a huge high source of vitamin D like fruits are. Honestly, milk is probably good for like putting in your protein shakes and drinking it regularly because it's a good calories. It's a good way to gauge your calories. Like a glass of milk, I think is about 200 calories, like just one glass. So that'll be a good way to measure calorie intake. But honestly, you're gonna get a lot more joint and bone strength eating fruits and other micronutrients. Okay, milk apparently doesn't have that much vitamin D. Okay. Why is everyone bullying your head? I don't know. It's a good question. Will you keep supersetting as you get older, 30s, 40s, 50s? Yes. Well, I'm in my 30s right now. I'm 35. Uh, yes, I do like supersetting, but honestly, I don't really think I need to get bigger. I'm like kind of more comfortable with my weight right now. You know, honestly, like my fitness goals, I want to get better at doing a couple things. Okay, I'll show you. Like I want to get better at doing more handstands. You know, like I want to get better doing handstand stuff, and then like maybe more calisthenics. I want to get better like doing planches and things like that. That's just my fitness goals. You know, so like just doing calisthenic stuff. You could just fun stuff. You know, that's just my goals. I think it's just fun to challenge your body and practice different things. Hey, what's up? What's up, brother? How are you? Fire alarm. Yeah. Or will you change it up as you get older? Big booms, not the smoke alarm. You born African ceiling bird chirping. Weight train twice per week and run. I'm a runner. Awesome, cool. 5'11", 13% body fat, lean, but some people think I'm just skinny. Yeah, you're right. Do what makes you happy. You're exactly right. Why are people hating this loser activity? I don't know. How is your head so big? Dude, y'all are hilarious with the big head. Like, I'm just leaning forward because, like, it's not that big. Look, like, here's the whiteboard. Okay, maybe it is kind of big. You're right. You're right. I never noticed really I have that big of a head. You know, DBL smoke going off. LOL. What about teen? I don't know what you mean, Clayton. African ceiling bird. Train, infest, big brain. Thank you. Y'all are, dude. Every single chat is too funny. Yeah, the bird's chirping. What would be a good meg? I don't take trend or anything like that. Do you have black roommates? I don't have any roommates. I mean, I am trying to lose weight and gain muscle. I started almost a month ago, and I'm trying to be patient and want to see actual visible results, like my arms have definition. Okay, so doing a lot of push-ups will get you a lot of arm definition, honestly. Especially if you do elbows in push-ups, they'll activate more tricep, right? Versus elbows out push-ups, which you will get some tricep, but not as much. Okay, like you can see, like right now, my elbow is going like this. You see minimum tricep, right? It's because like I'm doing like a push-up like this. So you get not as much triceps versus I do a push-up like this. See how much more tricep you can see that's being used? So elbows in push-ups, that's how push-ups look versus elbows out push-ups. Not as much tricep. So that would be help for your arm definition. Like a lot of times if you like want some people have a maybe like excess skin or excess fat. So push-ups are a great way. Like that's how a push-up work. Just elbows in. You know, that's how you can tuck and do more tricep movement, and also do a little bit more forearm brachialis that way too. Okay, so yeah, that's a good way I recommend for definition. Superset push-ups, like elbows in push-ups with incline push-ups. Absolutely, they'll get or do it like skull crushers, like triceps, things like that. Coach saying, "Are you mixed races?" No, I'm Russian. I'm only. Russian's not even a racist in this ethnicity. It's white. A good way to not expire in a house fire alarm is change your smoke. But you're right. Michelle, hop on Rita. I don't know what that is. Said hi. You gay dude? No. So my cartoon has been running bad because of my MAF. At one point, my oil catch can was messed up, and I got oil in my bypass valve. Now my car runs bad. Okay, so I guess it's gonna matter for your cars if you could remap your tune, because when you tune a car, especially if your maps aren't correct for that specific one, it may completely mess up your car. Okay, because a lot of times when people give out maps, it could also lock the maps so they can't be given to another person. So Also, it matters on aftermarket parts. Like if you have an aftermarket intake, if the intake isn't tuned to the maps you have in your car, that can make your car start performing improperly. I had that happen to my buddy. He tuned his car and the intake wasn't tuned to his maps. So his car started having issues, even though it was an aftermarket intake. So you're gonna have to find out about that. It's gonna matter on get it checked out. You might have to delete all your maps in your car and see what the problem is. Make sure it's not like an internal, like an aftermarket part is causing it. Okay. How's your day? It's going great. Thank you, William. What do you think about abortion? Not talking about that in this chat. Basically, stronger bone structure, the more body mass it can hold, much growth. I was actually talking about eating fish and seafood. Okay, yes, absolutely. That is great. Dude's pretty big, but no worries. I have a big head. At least you're facially chat. Thank you. Dude, y'all are the first people that chat have so much talked about my head. The previous ones were like, people are saying I had an assassin dwarf build. They called me Coach Baboon. The jokes were nonstop. Today is like all about head. It's hilarious. Okay, your head does not match your body. No, it's well. Okay, cool. Y'all gave me my problem. Give me the solution. What can I do if my head's too big? You know. I'm not sure that's accurate. I don't know what is accurate. Okay. Hey, push up train punching power in boxing? No. Well, I mean, it can, but for punching power, it's more back. Okay. All right. Let's see. Guys, he said he was morbidly obese last year. I find it hard to believe that he lost 742 pounds. Just take everything he says with a pinch of salt. Who said he was? I never said I was 742 pounds. I think you're talking about somebody else, buddy. I never weighed that much. Are we training diamond push-ups are good for triceps? Yes. We were training earlier actually, and the stream I did before right before this one did ab workouts. Bro, hi anime's banned. I paid to watch anime. Oh, you talking about like that new that website that just got recently banned. I think it was called H something. Something like that. Dude, you know, buy a Crunchyroll account, man. I mean, or just Google websites if you want to watch free anime. Real? Yes, I'm real. How tall are you? 5'4". Good to go. Sub. Okay, cool. All right, sub. So means 5 handstand push-ups for the new sub. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. All right, cool. Let's see. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate y'all, guys. Okay. Do you fight? No, I did before. I used to do MMA, but I don't had amateur. That I was not pro or anything. But it was, dude. MMA training is some of the best conditioning out there. It's nuts. Like especially when we were doing like sledgehammer swings on a tire, flipping tires. The boxing training was like so much shoulder endurance. It's nuts. It was insane. Just like you're hitting the back is so much shoulders and jump rope too. Okay, he's actually the best buddy you could have. Okay, homie knows what's up. I sub. Thank you. All the girls. All right, cool. Another one. Another sub. All right, cool. I got you, brother. All right, cool. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, cool. Oh, let's see. What's your favorite car? Uh, I was cars. Dude. So my favorite cars I never owned. Like I never had a Ferrari. I never had a Lambo. I would always want one in the future, maybe. If ever God blesses me. Okay. I got like Scar's cool. What's the story on it? It was from a car accident. Shoulders. LeBen. Okay. Hello, sir. Wait. LeBen, I just did. You're writing you sub twice. I already did your 5. Hello, sir. Hey, how you doing, loud? Hope you're having a good day. Shrunken head. Okay. It was 642. What are y'all talking about? What was 642? More ways to lose body fat. Working out abs every day, fasting cardio, drinking water. Because drinking water will help you stop cravings. Because a lot of times you're dehydrated. When you're dehydrated, it kind of feels like you're hungry. Eating throughout the day, but fruits, like eating like fruits with honey, like bananas and honey is a great way to satisfy cravings. Eating grapes is good for energy. That'll satisfy cravings too. Uh, Jogging in the morning, the fasting cardio, jog in the morning every day. I would say just 10, 15 minutes at a conversation pace. Bro has vinyl pop build. I don't know what that means. Also sub. All right, Faithful Gaming got you. Cool. Let's do this. Here, I'm just gotta make sure y'all see. Cool. All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Awesome. All right. Thank you, Faithful. Appreciate y'all. Okay. The scar is sick as fuck. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's not being weird or anything, but what is the scar from your stomach? Oh, everybody wants to know the scar. Okay, so I'll tell y'all basically what happened. It's a cool story. So I'll tell you quick backstory and then exactly what happened. So I was very physically fit since I was young because I was a gymnast when I was 6 years old till 12. Then I did soccer. Then I did wrestling in high school. Then I did MMA after high school. Then I joined the Marine Corps for 8 years. After I joined the Marine Corps, I got in my car accident like years later. I was driving too fast. I got in a car crash. And my car spun out of control and hit a tree, and I got shot through the windshield. And when I got shot through the windshield, it was pure blind luck. I survived. That's what the doctor said. So that's why I had 3 broken ribs, back fractures. I had a punctured lung. I was on crutches for like 6 to 8 months, and I couldn't work out for 4 years because my body was so banged up. And year two, I was working out or try to work out. Year two, I tried to do a pull up. My whole back shot on fire, and I couldn't even sleep without pain for the first good like I would say 2 3 years. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just massaging my shoulder a little bit. Cool. So I lost all my muscle mass, all my strength, and I had to get it back. How I got it back was doing uh, calisthenics at home, all the home workouts I posted for y'all. Okay. Damn, you're ripped. How to achieve that without steroids? Work out every day. Subscribe to my channel. I have plenty of workouts y'all could do. It doesn't matter. Also, your 1 second. Okay. So what I was gonna say is it doesn't matter what your fitness level is. You can literally jump on my channel and start doing the workouts. Even if you're a beginner or advanced, there's workouts for both people. Okay. I subbed. All right. Thank you, Steven and William. All right. Cool. All right. Gotcha. That's 10. All right. Let's do this. Make sure y'all see me. Cool. All right. We got to do 10 for those two guys. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. All right. Cool. All right. I don't know why he said you have a shrunken head. Yeah, that's T-Rex arm. Dude, y'all are too hilarious, man. I subbed and unsubbed. Okay, that doesn't count. Matrix Cube. Back time of the room. Stretch Armstrong. Okay. Thank you for your time and sharing helpful knowledge. By the way, I'm a fellow content creator about cars. Awesome, man. The cars are amazing. Cars are so much fun, dude. I used to be part of a car club, and it's like family for sure, man. It's such good times you meet with your friends and buddies, and it's a cool way you get hookups, and you also learn about the car community is real tight. I loved it. Awesome. Can you do how did I don't understand. I got 4 of my friends to sub also. I sub 2. Michelle. Okay. All right, Michelle and Decol. All right, so that's 10 more. All right, cool. What's the best workout for football linemen? Honestly, I'd look up football. I'm not a professional football player, so I can't give you education on that. To be real with you, it's just something I'm not I wouldn't feel comfortable giving you right advice because that's a sport that I'm not familiar with especially position wise. So probably the training and the coaching you've already had, you already know what to do. Okay, cool. So I got to do 10 And then I'm gonna take a break, guys, from streaming and get some food. I'm starving. Haven't eaten today. Okay, make sure y'all see me. Cool. All right. 10 more. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. All right, cool. All right. Awesome, awesome. Whew, appreciate y'all. Have you ever played volleyball? No. W, if you're being honest, not gonna lie. Yeah, there's no point, man. I'd rather honesty is the best policy, you know. Okay. Should I join the military even if I'm not fully ready yet? When I joined, I wasn't ready, man. The most fun things in life, honestly, you won't be ready for. You just gotta jump in and do it, man. It's just I loved being in it because to me it was like a lifetime of adventure crammed into 4 years. So my military time, I'll never talk crap about because within your job or any life experience, you're gonna have good days and bad days no matter what. Anytime you do anything in life, you're gonna have good days and bad days. Nothing's perfect. So if you want to do it, you should. It'll be fun for you to see the world. Uh, if you don't, it's up to you. I'm not here to convince anybody to join the military or anything like that. It's whatever you want to do. Do what makes you happy. Because if you spend life trying to do other things that make other people happy and you neglect your own happiness, you're gonna end up the person unhappy. Okay? Can you shake your chest muscles? Bum 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 bum. I wonder if I could do that as like a Old Spice interview. I think it was like Terry Crews. He used to be in Old Spice. He was like, so it's okay. Do a handstand for the chat. Fine. Oh, you mean like a regular handstand? Cool. All right. Cool. I'll do a handstand. There's your handstand. That's what I sometimes want to get better at. Is handstands. I wonder if y'all are able to even see me, because, all right, cool. I'll have to check, because I didn't check my camera angle yet. Yeah, it's like that, SpongeBob. Hey, I can handstand too, working on push-ups. Hell yeah, congrats. Nailed it. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, yeah, guys, I appreciate all y'all. I need to type a 1 in the chat if you want me to go back on live real quick. I want to go and get some food and then probably come back in like 20, 30 minutes. Type a 1 in the chat if y'all want me to do another live. Type a 1 in the chat. That way I know. Watch I get like 0 ones, and then I'm like, all right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. How do you get in shape? Do a little subscribe, follow my workouts, and then I have literally a Never Gymless series from like day 1 to 32. That way all y'all can start from working out. Literally, it doesn't matter what you're 2. Deco. I can't even be mad because he's being honest. I can't be mad at honesty. Fix your smoke detector. I have to go get some batteries. Appreciate that. Okay. Fix. That's what Chow was talking about in this live. How big my head is on my smoke detector. Almost thought you're black. Thank you. You're hilarious. All right, guys. Well, yeah, I'm going to go get some food, sign off, and then I'll come back in like 20, 30 minutes. Hope y'all have a fantastic day. Talk to you soon. Okay? Yeah, I thought you were mixed race because... Y'all are hilarious. Oh, cool. All right, I'll talk to you soon. The smoke detector. I've never